Hi, I'm Evan Francis, and this is Crash Course. Today we're going to be talking about the Texans. Not these Texans, but these Texans. Let's get on to the Texas Revolution.
Here are the main battles of the Texas Revolution. The first one being the battle at the Alamo. Alamo was an abandoned mission near San Antonio, which will come into play later. The actions that the Texans were taking angered Santa Anna, who assembled a force of thousands to stop this rebellion. The rebels, who at the time were under Colonel William Travis's command, took the town of San Antonio and captured Alamo. The rebels had less than 200 people, but hoped to stall the Mexican force while they assembled a larger army. They were able to achieve this for about 2 weeks and get a message through enemy lines before being defeated. Now for the outcome, the Mexican army came out victorious but had many losses. All the defenders of Alamo were killed, and Santa Anna executed 350 prisoners who had surrendered, and the Texans were angered by this massacre. Now for the Battle of San Jacinto. After this previous battle at the Alamo, Santa Anna now chased the untrained forces of Sam Houston. The Texans were outnumbered, so they were forced to flee east. They then took a stand at the San Jacinto River. Santa Anna was confident that they would win this battle just like the last. But on April 21st, 1836, while the Mexican troops were resting in their ill-placed camp, the Texans swarmed the camp, shouting, "Remember the Alamo, remember Goliad." The battle ended pretty much perfectly for the Texans. Santa Anna's army had been demolished. Texans were victorious and captured Santa Anna, forcing him to sign a treaty that would give Texas its independence. They had finally gotten what they had been striving for this whole time. And those are the two battles of the Texas Revolution.
Go! Soon after all that happened, we get to the Mexican government attempting to get better control of Texas. This was because the Texans didn't necessarily follow the laws of the Mexican government, an example being that they had slaves when it was illegal to. The government first tried to remove a cannon from a small town called Gonzales, Texas on October 1835, where rebels surrounded their cannon and placed a flag next to it that literally read, "Come and take it." The Mexican government was outraged and decided to send in the army to take the cannon and stop the rebellion. However, the rebels successfully defended the cannon in the fight, thus beginning the Texas Revolution. Soon after, on March 2nd, 1836, Texas declared their independence from Mexico. The Republic of Texas had now been born, so the Texans decided to form a government. They elected delegates and even a president, and all of their legal documents were modeled after U.S. ones. However, it made slavery illegal.
Did you know that the Battle of the Alamo was never even supposed to happen? The defenders of the Alamo were given orders to destroy the Alamo, but when the Mexicans attacked, they decided to defend it.
Miguel began a revolt in Mexico that would turn into the rebellion that would fuel the fight for independence from Spain. Stephen Austin started a Texas colony in the lower Colorado River. This colony would go on to have 300 plus families in it. Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna ruled Mexico and suspended Mexico's Republican Constitution when Americans were moving in. And regarding immigration, in exchange for free land, settlers from America had to follow Mexican laws. Some settlers often ignored these laws. Many brought slaves despite a ban on slaves put in by the Mexican government. In 1830, Mexico outlawed further American settlement in fear of them losing control. Regarding the independent nation of Texas, Sam Houston was the hero of the new independent nation. The republic named the capital city after him, the city of Houston, which we now know today. American settlers from nearby states came to settle Texas. Most Texans hoped that America would annex or take control of Texas and make it a state. At first, Andrew Jackson would not annex it, but in 1839, it was recognized by the United States. The Mexican government did not recognize Texas as an independent state until 1824.
Some important terms to remember from this video are empresarios, which were agents from Mexico to bring people to Texas under Mexican rule, and Alamo. The Alamo was an abandoned church that was an important battle site during the Texan Revolution.
Watching that crash course over the Texas Revolution. Please remember to tune in next week where we talk about absolutely nothing. because we are not doing this project again. Goodbye.